Communication really is the foundation of a great relationship. And all too often I hear clients telling me that the best conversation that they ever had was their last. So don't let that happen. I mean, frequently relationships seem wrong and like they're not working, but really all you need to do is have a good, open, honest conversation so that maybe you can fix a few things and that you can move the relationship to a different place. And I've seen this happen all the time, especially with marriages. I've had so many clients say to me, the best conversation we ever had was when we decided to split up, because you felt like you had nothing at stake. You had nothing to lose anymore, right? You were done and you were bailing out. But try to have that conversation before it's the end of a relationship. And know this, right? If you have an open, honest conversation about what you need and what you want from your partner, and it breaks you up, then you're better off. They're not the right person for you anyway. But maybe that person is really right for you and could be really good for you if they just knew what was making you unhappy and that you could fix it. And on the flip side of that too, if your partner tries to tell you some things that they really want, because that happens all too often too, where one member of a couple is telling the other constantly what they want and need from them, and they're just ignoring them, and they're thinking, yeah, they're not gonna believe me, they love me so much. Well, everybody has a breaking point. I promise you, everybody gets to a breaking point where there's something that is the last straw. And I've had a lot of clients say, wow, I never thought he'd leave me, or I never thought she'd leave me, because they kept putting up with it. Well, most people do have a breaking point. So if your partner is trying to tell you something that they need you to change, hear them and try to make the change. And also, if you feel like there's something that you need changed, that you have a want or a desire or a need that your partner doesn't know, and you've just been kind of holding on to it, ask if you can sit down and have a conversation with them and talk about it in a calm, loving way, using I statements, asking for what you want. It's never about what the other person did wrong. It's always about what you want and need. And move your relationship forward. Relationships need to keep moving forward or they'll die. So try to have those really honest heart-to-heart conversations. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable is really necessary to achieve great love. The greatest loves are the scariest because you're so vulnerable to that person. But you'll also never have a happy relationship if you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable to that person. So try to be open and honest. Ask your partner to sit down and have a conversation with you, and schedule it so that you're not hijacking them and throwing something at them. And it's really wonderful if you sit in front of each other and you hold each other's hands and you look into each other's eyes while you have this conversation, so that the endearment stays alive between you and that you won't yell at each other. It's not about criticizing, it's about asking for what you want. And have it be the conversation that moves your relationship to a better level, not the one that ends your relationship.